Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to do a part 2 to this video of the IBM Thinkpad 17, well it's showing up 1721 here, but it's actually 2627. So we are doing a installation of Windows 98. Seems how this currently is running Windows 2000. So we are going to boot up into the BIOS. Hopefully we can do so. Hopefully we'll get a, there we go, F1. So here we have our Windows 98 installation disk, and we're going to put that in. If I can get it in there. Hopefully this will boot up. If not, we will have to press another button to get into the boot setup. We can select which we want to boot into. If we want to do a disk, which is what we do want, or do the hard disk, a normal startup, but we definitely want to try and boot into Windows 98. Okay, so here we go. It's giving me the boot up options now, so let's boot from CD-ROM. And we will start Windows 98 setup from the CD-ROM, which is kind of hard to see. It's focusing. We will do that. There we go. And it shall finish with that. In the meantime, I'll get this product key out for this version. There's a product key on the DVD, but I want to make sure that I get the one for this system. However, it is saying that the Windows 98 files have not been found. Okay, so we're going to try Windows 95 now. There we go, we got the installation disk. And let's see if we can get it to go. If we can get Windows 95 to go. I'm hoping we can. Immediately press FN and F12 so we can get the boot up menu. Might take a little bit. If not, we will have to resort to reinstalling Windows 2000. Let's see if this will get working. Okay, there we go. And it is starting. Just clear this error message here. And we will select from the boot menu. Actually, it is starting. I don't know why it's booting into that. Now I have to restart the whole process again. Okay, for some reason it is not recognizing the Windows 95 disk. This is a brand new disk from Windows 95. However, it's just not recognizing it, which I am concerned. So now I'm going to have to restart the whole PC again. And it looks like we are going to have to just try and reinstall Windows 2000. Okay, so we got our Windows 2000 professional disk. This is an upgrade disk. Hopefully it will work. If it doesn't, we will have to basically figure out another alternative way of getting this to boot. Hopefully it will load. If not, we'll have to restart the computer. Okay, let's see what it does. Let's hope this works. Let's see if we, here we go. Press any key to boot. Setup is inspecting. Okay, finally. There's still a lot of things that we could run into, so let's hope for the best here. It's loading files. It's a shame. I was really wanting to get Windows 95 on here. At least Windows 98, one of the two. But we will see what we can accomplish. I also have a Windows Millennium Edition. It's for it was created for a Dell, but I would assume it would work. We will see if this will work. Open host controller. So if we can reinstall Windows 2000, which I'm assuming we should have no problems. We do have, like I said, the drivers here, so we don't have to really worry about that. So we should get all the programs and the stuff with it. It's a shame that someone had put a password on this computer because it is more of a headache to go and through this way to have to go reinstall the whole operating system because we're gonna have to do a fresh copy of it. It's a shame though it has a password on here, and more than likely this was a computer that just sat on a desk, constantly plugged in. Because I do notice the charging light is really dim, so that tells me that, and of course the battery doesn't hold a charge anymore, but that's what I'm expecting. Lightly used, but mainly just sat on the desk, plugged in. So it's starting Windows 2000, okay. Let's see, to set up Windows 2000. Let's see, do we want to repair? We can try and press enter. F8 to agree. Searching for previous versions of Windows. Okay, let's see. Hopefully it's pulling up that one. To continue installing a fresh copy. Yes, we will just do escape. We will do this one. Continue. Leave the current file system intact, no changes. We want to, of course, format the partition using an NTFS file system, so that's the one we want. And we will click F for format. Setup is formatting, so this should work. That's kind of the biggest issue with installing Windows 2000, getting past all that. Once we do, we will have no trouble installing Windows 2000. First time actually being able to use that disk for this PC, or any PC really, but yeah, I basically want to get to a point where I can have every version of Windows all the way back down to like NT, maybe even 3.1, but for sure I want to have every version of Windows of a PC running each version of Windows. I would have tried to install Millennium Edition, but this is based off of Windows NT rather than being off of a 98X, so we do not want. I mean, I would have gone with the Windows 98, but it seems how it's probably already geared towards Windows 2000. That's probably what we will go for. I didn't see any information on the like, stickers or anything, so they must have pulled those off if there was any. But for sure, this thing did come with Windows 98, as there was the IBM book for Windows 98. So obviously, it did come with it, but there was no disc. I do have another disc, like I said, but we will see if we can get it to work. But aside from that, I would have liked to try and install Windows NT on this if I had NT. But while this is finishing formatting, we'll come back to this and go from there. Okay, so we are actually just going to quit the setup because I'm pretty sure it's already done. Just restart the computer. And hopefully we will boot into Windows 2000. And we will have to install the drivers. I do have a driver CD too, so in case we don't get all the drivers installed, we will be able to with that, hopefully. Let's see what it does. Okay, resume. Starting Windows. Okay, great. There's Windows 2000 as we saw before. Hopefully it will be reset. Hopefully we will have a fresh copy of Windows 2000 on here. If not, we will have to restart the installation. There we go. It is loading something. Let's see here. Okay, great. So far, so good. Okay, we'll insert that. You can also click OK. So this is just going to finish the setup process of Windows 2000. So it looks like it worked, which is great. We'll have to enter the product key. I have the one that they had on here, but I think my product key should work as well. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so we've reached the Windows 2000 setup wizard. Okay, so now let's navigate to that, and it's installing the devices that are currently inside the computer. So those will finish soon. Okay, so let's adjust the regional settings. Okay, we will just type in name and we will enter the product key. Okay, looks like the product key worked. We will do IBM Thinkpad, maybe 2627, if that will work. Okay, where did it accept it? Okay, we'll just do IBM. Let's do Thinkpad. Okay. Let's do that. So what we'll do is set the date. We are, of course, March 26th of all the way up to 2025. That's insane. If I go back here, we'll set it to 2025. And we will set it actually to the 24th. Well, my bad, 23rd. There we go. Okay. Set the time, not like it really should matter, but we are approximately 7:07, and we are basically 57, and we are PM. Okay, set the, of course, to mountain time for time zone. Okay, now that we are correct with the date, we'll move forward with the setup process, and it will be installing the network components here shortly. We'll get the network components set up. Okay, now it is installing more components and copying files, so that should take a little while. Okay, so we're performing the final tasks on here. Basically installing the start menu items, registering components, and saving the settings. And basically just going to remove any temporary files that it had created for the installation. Okay, so there we are, completing the Windows 2000 setup wizard. I do apologize for my camera. It's having a hard time focusing on all these pixels. I don't know if I try. Hopefully I can get it to focus. Okay, so we'll finish with that, and it should boot up. It should load into the desktop. Let's see here. Reboot maybe. Yeah, it's just having a hard time picking up. It's focusing on the pixels. That's what it's doing. Okay, so it's going to reboot. There we go. Should be just starting up Windows as normal. We'll bypass that. We have to replace the CMOS battery in there. There we go, starting Windows. So we no longer need the CD in there. I'm going to pull this out. Okay. And we'll put our wonderful 2000 disk to the side. And it's starting up. So it should boot right into the desktop. And we will see if it has installed all the drivers. If not, we will have to do it ourselves. Hopefully it will have. Okay, it's starting up as normal, which is a good thing. As you saw in the last episode, we were unable to access the desktop. Identification. Users must enter username and password for. Okay. Yeah, we'll just skip that. Okay. And it should load. And we get that wonderful Windows 2000 startup sound. So let's see what it will load on the desktop. By the way, all this little spots on the screen are actually just dirty. So nothing is wrong with the screen. It's actually quite decent for its age. So we'll know when we first get a full white colored screen. Okay, so let's see. It actually looks like the drivers are installed. There's our welcome screen. We'll probably have to activate Windows more than likely, possibly. I don't know if this was before activation came. Actually, yeah, looking at the screen, it's a little more on the warmer white side, but it's actually pretty nice considering still. It's not really discolored in any way, so it's looking good. Man, if only this thing will kind of focus better. I'm really trying to get it just to work a focus, but it's like having a seizure. I mean, it's because it's really focusing on the in-depth stuff. Okay, so you guys will just have to see it like that. So let's go back out of here, and let's go to properties, and we will go to hardware. We'll go to device manager, and this will basically tell us if we have all of our drivers, which it looks like there is. They're all installed, so it doesn't look like we need to install any. Looks like it's all good. So we can go actually install all the Thinkpad software and stuff on here. Let's go take a look at the settings here in the control panel. Take a look at the display. I hate when to line up the icons. There is no trackpad on this, so it is just strictly using the pointer nub. Let's see if we get any backgrounds on here. I usually like to, well, let's see how the Windows 2000 wallpaper looks. Obviously we need to stretch. There we go. I mean, it looks okay. Where's Paradise? I like that wallpaper. There it is. And this one we will apply. I would see if we could center it, but it just doesn't look right. So stretching is our only. So there we go. There is Windows 2000 all set up in its former glory. Let's take a look to see what our appearance is. Well, settings. So we have high color. We'll do true color. It's a little better actually. And we will see. So yeah, that's probably the best we're gonna get. Okay. Windows Standard. Seems like we get all the standard displays, like themes. The screensaver. I usually just do the Windows 2000 Professional. We'll just do that one. Aside from that, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll go back out of here. And I'll just set this one for now, but let's install some of the IBM Thinkpad discs and see what we have on there. So this one is the product recovery CD. Let's see what's on this one real quick. And hopefully we'll see if there's any necessary components. We will also increase the size of the icons for the quick launch on the taskbar. We'll do those as large so it's easier to see. And I don't think autoplay is going to show up, so we're going to go in here and let's see if we could just run it. Okay, so all these are actually just files. So contents, maybe? Content list. Let's see what's in here, if it will actually pull anything. It's not gonna let me open it. This could be before autoplay even came about, so let me just try and use. This might actually be something you boot into. In fact, there is instructions for using this specific CD. Consists of a bootable CD. So yes, it is a bootable CD. Basically, just recovery CD. All data on the hard disk is deleted. So this disk we really don't need. It's probably more so the other customization disk that we will probably need. This is the customization CD and up and running Windows 98, NT, and 95. Basically just giving you how to. So we're going to go and I guess select the TCC Start exe. It says requirements NT 4.0, 95, and 98. 2000 is built off of NT software, so you should be able to use this. Let's see if we can get into this disk. If not, we might just be able to. Okay, welcome to the ThinkPad Customization Center. ThinkPad customization needs certain files to be installed before it's able to run. If this is not your first time, then it's missing some or all of the files that are necessary for the ThinkPad customization to run. You'll now run the program. Well, let's see what it does anyway. Okay, ThinkPad Customization Center. Looks like it's pulling up the install shield wizard. Okay, customization, there we go. We will go to next. And these, okay, it's set up. If you encounter problems, reinstall ThinkPad. Okay, center. Okay. Okay. There we go. Pretty nifty. Getting started. Well, let's see. There's the welcome. The ThinkPad Customization Center is a collection of information and setup wizards that you can use to set up your ThinkPad. No matter what kind of computers you are, ThinkPad Customization will help you set up your computer. This is only for ThinkPad computers, so this will not work on any other computer if you try to use it. Register your ThinkPad now. Obviously, we can't do that. ThinkPad software select wizard. Okay, we probably will want this one. It's just basically guides on how to. Let's see. Diskette Factory is a utility that will create diskette versions of the device drivers and certain applications. So maybe we'll just go into this one. Click build. Well, I would say actually for NT and build off of that one. And then select a factory product from the set from the list and then choose. Okay, so we probably want to do audio features for NT 4.0. Is it going to want... Okay, so it's going to want me to insert a floppy drive. A floppy disk drive. I know I have one, but could be wrong. Not entirely sure where it is, so... Let's see, so it is going to expect me to 2 megabyte diskettes required. So I do not know. I don't think we will be able to run this. News and updates. Let's see. Useful links, IBM Corporation. Online library. Basically just online user guides and all that. Pretty much self-explanatory. Install value added software that was not pre-installed on your ThinkPad. Reinstall any software that was pre-installed in your ThinkPad. Okay. Install. Okay, so we only provide the hardware communications critical software preload to your ThinkPad so that you have ideal base to build the software load that you want. Okay. To reinstall at any point you might need to restall. We have provided a ThinkPad software in an installable form on this CD. Okay. I believe we already have Internet Explorer, obviously. So then what else can we install? User guides. Okay, probably want to just click here to open your online user guide. Okay, really don't need that. This is basically just instructions on how to do that. You could browse the CD and click video NT, and so we could actually just browse the CD then. Okay. We should be able to open it. There we go. Looks like autoplay was a feature on Windows 2000, so we have, I'm going to assume factory. Okay, so yeah, it's still gonna expect diskettes. So we will have, so it looks like if anything, it's gonna make us use floppy disks in order to do that. Drivers, we already have pretty much drivers. Let's just see what Video NT has to offer. I'm not expecting this to, yeah, it won't. Okay, so then I think we are good to go then. We got the track point. Looks like it might have already kind of installed a lot. Let's see, do we have any Thinkpad or IBM applications on here? Programs. Let's see, accessories. So there's really not a whole lot of things on here. It's still pretty, this is basically just still Windows 2000. System tools, getting started. Okay, so then I wonder what would happen if we just went to go try and reinstall Windows 98 on here. Doesn't hurt to see if that's possible. So I would like to get the operating system that was meant for this computer, even though 2000 is better, and they're virtually almost the same, but let's just see what happens when we put the 98 disk in there. I don't believe there's been any networks. So yeah, we can browse the contents. Can try and launch the setup, but this program is incompatible with this version of Windows. Details, so yeah, you'd have to probably go in and install it from the very beginning. But we'll save that for another video. Main thing is we wanted to get this at least up and running. Windows 2000, so we got that on there. We actually got up to the desktop, and honestly, we are in pretty good shape right now. So anyway, that will conclude this video. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hope you guys enjoy these videos, and stay tuned for another video. Well, we can probably do another video on this, a little bit of cleaning on this, and see if we can try and attempt to reinstall Windows 98 on here. But the main thing is we have a working desktop and computer, so we know everything works and it's in good shape. So anyway, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and we will see you next time. Bye.